Hey, thanks for everyone for coming and checking out our 6th tutorial video on the capio testing application. In the last video, we created our first exam. Here it is for our Psych 101 course. It's the first test. The exam has 4 questions. These 4 questions were created on the previous video. And so the next step is to administer this exam to one of our classes. If you go back to the courses tab, you'll see our 3 classes here. When you administer an exam, you administer it to a specific course. So if we were to administer it to our 3rd period psych course, we'd have 6 students available to notify of the exam. If we wanted to test all of our students, we would have to create 3 different admins, 1 for each course. So it's important to understand that you always need a course. The course encapsulates the students, so you have access to them through the administration tab, which we'll see right now. So I'm going to click on the admin tab. The admin view has 3 sub-views: the list view, the create new view, I call it schedule an exam, or create a new admin. It's the same thing. Edit the existing admins, although we don't have any to edit right now. And then the registration view. The registration view is where we actually notify the students of the examination. So let's get started here and create admin. Let's go ahead and do this 3rd period class that has 6 students in it. So we're going to select the course. It is the 3rd period. And when we do that, you'll see the color dot show up here. And then when we select the exam, remember we chose black for the exam. When we choose the Psych 101 test, you'll see the black dot show up. So now we know, now we have color confirmation that we've selected the right course and the right exam. And then we have a start date and time. So let's just go ahead and do today. Push it out a few minutes here. So the students don't have access until this time is reached. And then you can also create a duration for the exam. If I enter 60 minutes here, 60 minutes after this time right here, the students will no longer have access to the exam. You don't have to have a duration. You can make an assignment and just give them access to it until a certain due date. And on the due date, you can go ahead and lock them out of the exam. But anyways, let's go ahead and leave it as 60. We see the preview here. The time zone here is based on the location of your browser. So if you go on vacation to Hawaii and schedule an exam from there, you might run into problems. So you just want to confirm that the time zone where you're creating the exam is the same time zone that your students are going to receive notification. So let's go ahead and save this admin. And it's going to go ahead, just like the other tabs, go ahead after you save it, it takes you back to the list view, and you see here our admin. You can edit the admin, you can delete it. And then here we got our 0 again, but this is telling us that there are 0 students assigned to the exam. So the students have yet to be notified. So to do that, go ahead and click on the 0, and it's going to take us to this registration subview. And this will be a drop-down box. It'll have all of your admins in it. It automatically selected the one, this particular admin is automatically selected when you hit this button. Alternatively, you could go here and then you would have to select it manually. But when you do that, you see these are our 6 students that are in the class. These are the students that are available to notify for the exam. I just noticed I'm not in. I need to add myself to this class because these are all bogus students with bogus email addresses, and so am I in here? I'm going to go ahead and I'm in here. I need to add myself to that exam. So let's go ahead and I'm Matthew Clark. Let's go ahead and register me for that 3rd exam. and then now I have all three there. So when we go back to the admin tab, you'll see now I'm in here. I'm going to go ahead and notify myself. So when you click on this, these buttons, notice these buttons are all disabled. When you click on the student, the database creates the test link internally, and now this is a way to notify the student and give them the test link so that they can access the exam. These buttons generally do the same thing in different ways. The left one here uses the capio email server to notify the student in a sort of generic way, and by that I mean you can't give them any specific instructions. By clicking on this one though, it'll open up your email client on your device, and in the body of the email will be the test link, and that way you can communicate to the student in a particular way. For example, you could say, here Matthew, here's your makeup exam, and have the test link. But for our purposes here, we're just going to notify myself here of the exam in the generic sort of way. And so I click on this, and it says confirm notify student Matthew Clark of examination by email. I hit OK, and there we go. I've been notified. After you notify the student, you'll notice that these right here give us some important information. So this first, and it's defined down here for you. The first check mark, we know that Matthew Clark confirmed his email address. The second check mark is telling you that you've notified Matthew Clark of this examination and that he has received the test link by email. And that's why this is now disabled, because we don't want you sending multiple emails. It just allows you to send one. And since that is checked green, you know that you've sent it to him, and so this is now disabled. If you wanted to notify him again for whatever reason you think he doesn't have the test link, you could click on this and do it manually with your own email. And this final one, when Matthew Clark receives the test link, he's going to be instructed to click on it so that he can get the test schedule in the correct time zone. When he clicks on the test link, this will become a check mark. And so 3 checks, you know that the student has received the test link and has, at least, you don't know for sure that he took the test, but you know that he has access to the test. And so, if you wanted to do all your students, you would just go through and check these and then click the notification links. And then once you see that all these are green check marks, you would know that you have notified your students. So let's go ahead and go to my email and see if there's the email notification. So this is from the student's perspective. Remember, Matthew Clark, me, is a student in the class. He was assigned the exam. We sent the notification to him. I'll go ahead and open up this email. You can see that he's told, the name of the exam, the name of the course, and then he's asked to click on the link in order to verify the time and date of the exam. Hopefully we didn't wait too long. I might have waited too long. Let's see here. I wanted to show you when the student goes to the exam. Yeah, I did wait too long. So now he can actually take the exam because the exam started. Let me go ahead and change something here. I can fix that pretty simply. Let's unregister for the exam. That way we can get this to come back. Go to admins and what time is it? It's 2:24. So let's change this to 2:26 and we're going to update it. So we're pushing the time out a little bit for the exam. We'll go back here and we're going to notify Matthew Clark again. Come back to the email. Okay, here's the second notification link. Okay, good. So the exam has yet to begin. So this is where the student comes before the start of the exam to get the schedule of the exam and also the time until the exam starts. If the student clicks on this, they'll either enter into the exam if it's time, or the time will update here for them. So the test links are, take into consideration time zones. The time zone here is the time zone that the browser of the particular student is in, and so the time zone should be coordinated. And so now I clicked on it again, and the exam has begun, and so the student is able to take the exam. So I'm going to go ahead and go through the exam and take it. I think we've already discussed this. This is just a boilerplate instructing the student to use these buttons to navigate the exam rather than the browser navigation. Let's see if I can remember these. I'm going to purposely get some of them right and some of them wrong, just so you can see the grading. So this is wrong. This is true. I got that one right. This is right. This is right. Let's get this one wrong. So I think I got 2 right and 2 wrong. The last page is the audit button, so I'll show you that functionality. I did answer all the questions, so when I click on this, I'm going to get a success message telling me that they've received the response to all the questions. If I forgot to do one, it would notify them of the question number so that they can navigate back and go and answer the question. Okay, so let's leave the student's perspective and go back to the teacher's perspective now. So we'll go back to the application, and we're going to go to the gradings tab. Actually, I think we'll make a separate video. Yeah, I think that would be better. I want to keep these videos pretty short. Don't want to wear anyone out. So yeah, in the next video, we'll go ahead and click on the grading tab, and we'll grade Matthew Clark's test here. And yeah, so anyways, I look forward to seeing you at the next video. Thanks for taking a look at capio.systems. Goodbye.